Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a full face of makeup that I rediscovered during my makeup collection declutter. So if you missed it, I did a whole collection declutter in the last week or two and I have them all in a playlist. I filmed everything and I thought it would be fun to go through and pick out some things I kind of forgot about, maybe I haven't used in a while, that I discovered when I was decluttering. So that is what we are going to do today. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll subscribe and let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, you guys, we're gonna get into it. So I've been thinking of doing this video for a little bit. Ever since I finished my decluttering series, I kind of wanted to do a full face of makeup that I kind of rediscovered during my declutter. So obviously things that I kept, but maybe you haven't seen me use in a while or something like that. So I figured that's what we would do today. So I went through my decluttered makeup and we're just gonna do a full face. So let's get started. I wanted to start with this product, my Patrick Ta Brow Wax. I used to use this all the time. I haven't used it in a long time. This is the tinted one, and I was just kind of in the mood for this today. Let me grab some setting spray. So if you're new to my channel, I just did a huge makeup collection declutter and I filmed everything. I went through every single makeup product and decluttered and I filmed it all. I did a makeup collection video and basically I just really wanted to curate my collection a lot more than it was, which I'm really happy with so far. So that is what I've been doing the last few weeks. If you're new, I made a whole playlist of the videos. I can link them below and up above in the cards for you if you have not seen them. So I am just kind of brushing my brows up. I typically like to do a brow wax first before I even start my makeup when I'm gonna use one, just because I feel like kind of gives me a good base to go off of and I don't have to worry about the brow product mixing with anything else that I've put on my face. So I like to do this first. I'm just kind of going back and forth, kind of fluffing them up, kind of getting them in the place that I want, and then I'll fill them in a little later. Okay, I was going to use a primer today. I pulled out the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. I was gonna use this, but then the foundation that I'm gonna use, I kind of want to see how it looks with a little bit of a glowier base underneath. So I think instead I'm gonna use this Saie Beauty Glowy Super Gel. And this is Starglow. So this is the lighter colored one. I'm gonna do like a pump and a half. Looks like that. And we're gonna use this instead of the Flawless filter today because I normally, as you probably know, go for the Flawless filter, but I do have this one from Saie and I know it's really popular right now. It's kind of gone viral. And I do like it. Definitely gives you that glassy kind of look to your face. Okay, for Corrector, I really wanted to go back to my all-time favorite, which is the original Bobbi Brown in Bisque. It is so good, so good. I stop using this and start using other things, and then I always end up going back to this because it's just so good. But I'm gonna apply a little bit of this under my eyes, mainly just like right here where I have the most darkness. Sometimes then I do like to take whatever is left on my brush and just kind of put it on this outer corner because I do have a little bit of that same purpley blue in the very outer corners of my eye. And then I'm just going to take this Bobbi Brown full coverage touch-up brush and just like tap that in. As always, nothing new here. Yeah, I've been using the Bobbi Brown stick corrector so much, and I love that one. It's so good, but this was my first Bobbi Brown, really my first Bobbi Brown product I ever like truly fell in love with. It was definitely this one. For foundation today, the one that I want to try again is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. So if you watched my declutter, my foundation declutter, I talked about how I want to love this so bad, but I have yet to use it and just love it. So I'm hoping because I have this product underneath, maybe I'll like it a little bit better today. My main issue with it, it's not really an issue, it's just kind of what I've noticed when I've used it, is I feel like it makes my skin look a little dry. And I don't like that. I feel like it, or I guess it looks dry on my skin, even though my skin is not dry. I mean, I prep my skin really well before I put makeup on, so my skin should not be dry. So yeah, today I want to try it with a glowier product underneath. I have the shade 1N14 in this. I can't really remember how much of this I usually use, so I'm just gonna pump some on my hand. But everyone is just raving about this foundation, and I love the Reboot foundation from Makeup Forever. But initially with this, I just didn't love it, but I feel like maybe it was what I had underneath it. I don't know. So we're gonna try it again. All right, I'm using a Morphe A24 brush from the Ariel collab to blend this in. I also keep hearing people talk about how long wearing this makeup is, or this foundation is, and I'm gonna have this on all day, obviously. I kind of want to test that again because I don't remember it not lasting the other times that I've worn it, but I kind of want to pay more attention to that today, since that's like one of the things I keep hearing about this. And it's also supposed to kind of blur your skin at the same time. So I don't know, maybe the blurring part is what I didn't love before, or it could have just been what was underneath. I don't know, we'll see. So it's definitely more, I would say like a satin finish. It's not super matte, but it's definitely not a glowy foundation. For some reason, I was thinking this was gonna have more glow to it when I bought it, but initially, like right now with that glowy super gel underneath, I already like it better. So I'm wondering if that was my main issue with it. I'm gonna take a little bit more and add it here, and then I'm just gonna take a little down my neck, although right now this is a pretty good match for me. I want to see, I don't remember how buildable this is, but I want to say it's a pretty buildable foundation. Also, a lot of you have been asking if I'm going to try the new Hourglass foundation, and I really want to. I'm just trying not to buy everything, just like being 100% honest, because it's expensive, you guys. That's just the reality of life. Everything is expensive, but I do really want to try the Hourglass foundation. That seems like something that is right up my alley. I love a good, well, I love Hourglass products for the most part, and I think that one is more of like a radiant foundation, or I guess it's part of their like Ambient line, which I love. So I'm thinking I'll probably end up trying it, but let me know in the comments if you really want to see me try that. Okay, yeah, this already looks 1,000 times better, you guys. I like this so much more than the other times. I'm almost positive the other times I've worn it, I had the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer underneath, the one that's kind of similar to this one. And I'm wondering if that was just taking too much of the glow and moisture from my face, because now it looks pretty good. So for concealer, I wanted to use my Hourglass. Do you guys remember when this was my favorite? I still love this one. I just have been using like my Dior concealer, my Kosas concealer. I just haven't been using this one as often as I used to. I'm gonna add a little bit there. And I wear the shade Cedar in the Hourglass. Okay, I'm just gonna blend out my face with that same foundation brush. Such a good concealer. And let's see. I'm just gonna use the Hourglass concealer brush actually to kind of blend this in. This is the brush that came out with this concealer. It's a good one to fit under your eyes. It's kind of, or it is a lot different from my Sigma brush that I normally use, the F03. This one is more of a dense brush. It's kind of curved like this, so you really kind of pounce the concealer in. Kind of forgot how much I like this brush actually. I used to use this a lot because it fits really well right under your eyes. For bronzer, I kind of want to use this. I haven't used it in a long time, and I saw it when I was decluttering my bronzers, and I really wanted to use it. So this is the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury in Fair Medium. And this is one of my favorite things ever that I've ever tried from Charlotte Tilbury. So I honestly don't use it that often because I love it and it's kind of hard to get your hands on. But I really wanted to use it again. So I'm just gonna do a few dots, and I like to do one side at a time. I'm just gonna use another Ariel brush. This is the A58. I love this because it is so easy to blend out. I mean, it takes little to no effort at all. And it's crazy because it looks so intimidating when you first put it on, because it looks pretty dark. But then, like you can see, it just blends. So easy. I will say mine, like I said, I don't use it a lot because I love it so much, which is really just not smart of me. But anyway, I don't use it a ton. So mine is getting up there in age. And I can tell because I feel like some of this product that's on my face right now has been, or it was kind of already on the tip of this. I squeezed some new product out, but I feel like some of this was already there because it seems a little bit drier than it normally does. But even dry, I can still blend it out, which is crazy. I'm gonna take a little bit on my jawline. I'm basically just using whatever is left on the tip. And then I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose and a little bit under my lip. And then I'm just using that same brush and blending it out. Okay, another product I kind of forgot about, I haven't used it in forever, is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury in, let's see, mine is Fair Medium. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the Sculpt powder. I used to use this a lot. I just haven't used it in a long time, but I'm just gonna add just a bit of that to my cheekbones. This is a little, I don't think it's a super cool bronzer, but it's definitely a little on the cool side. because it's more of a sculpting shade. So I'm just also gonna go over what I put on my forehead with that same sculpting color. And this is a Morphe M581 brush. I've had this Filmstar Bronze and Glow for so long. I think they've changed the packaging now. I don't think it even looks like this anymore. It does have a highlight in here, but I pulled out another highlight that I really want to use. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that instead, but I'm also going to bring a little bit of the sculpt color on my jawline and down my neck. Okay, for blush, I grabbed my Hourglass blush in Diffused Heat. So I mentioned in my declutter, I tried to declutter this blush and then I just couldn't do it. I did declutter one of my 3 Hourglass blushes, but this one I kept, and this is an older one, but it's Diffused Heat. And when I swatched it during my declutter, I loved how it looked and I kind of forgot about it. So we're gonna use that today instead of cream like I normally do. So I'm just kind of tapping this on. One thing I kind of forgot about these Hourglass blushes is because they're the Ambient formula, they're kind of marbled. So you don't get a ton of pigment, which is kind of nice because then you can kind of build up to however much that you want. So I'm gonna just tap this on, and this is an old MAC brush. I'm not even sure you can get this anymore. This is a MAC. It's either 123 or it's 12S. It's kind of like rubbed off. I can't, let me see if I can turn it around. Can't really make out what that says. I got it a while ago at the cosmetics company store. I really like it. I like it for powder, but I also really like it for blush. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm so glad I didn't get rid of this. Okay, and then for highlight that I was talking about a minute ago, I really want to use this. This used to be my all-time favorite highlight, and I haven't used it in forever, but I want to use it again, and it's Benefit Cookie. What brush should I use? Okay, I'm actually going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt brush. I think it's actually supposed to go with the Hollywood Flawless Filter, but I'm going to use it for highlight today. Oh yeah, you see that? It's been a while since I used a powder highlight, actually. I've been like all about cream and liquid products, but kind of out of practice too with applying it because I just haven't been lately. But wow, what a pretty highlight. It's kind of, it's like the perfect champagne highlight to me. I love it. I feel like everyone used to talk about this. Now I never hear anything about it, but so good. Before we move on to the brows and the eyes, there's one more thing I wanted to do. It's going to be a very Hourglass Charlotte Tilbury heavy video. I didn't really plan that, but it just kind of happened. So I really want to try this again. This is my Diffused Light powder from Hourglass. I kind of talked about in my declutter how I don't use yellow toned powders a ton under my eyes. I used to use this one under my eyes a lot, but I just haven't in a long time. So I kind of want to try it again. Now the only brush I kind of have sitting here that will work is this. I think this is a contour brush, yeah, from Real Techniques, but I'm gonna try to just lightly set under my eye with this. I'm just kind of tapping. I used to love this. I just haven't done it in a long time. All right, I'm gonna quickly kind of fill in my brows with my NYX pencil in Ash Brown. So a few of you have messaged me and asked how Louie is doing. So if you are new to my channel, we recently found a stray kitten, and we adopted him, brought him home, and he had all kinds of issues. He had, you know, fleas. He had all kinds of worms, including ringworm, which meant I got ringworm. I got it pretty bad. Then my husband got it, and then my other cat and our dog got it too. So everyone in the house had it. So we dealt with that for a few weeks, which was not super fun, but totally worth it. And he is doing so well. I'll try to bring him over at the end of the video and show you. He's getting so big. I feel like he just gets bigger every single day, but he is just the cutest thing. I mean, I can't believe we just found him, because he's just precious. He is so precious. He's in here with me right now. If you could see him, he is over in the corner in his bed, like on his back with his feet up in there. So that tells you anything. He's doing fine. He has recovered from the ringworm. We've all pretty much recovered from the ringworm, which I'm very happy about. That was quite the process. If you've ever had an animal with ringworm and you've ever had it yourself, you'll know it's not really the most fun thing in the universe. And he is doing so great. He's been to the vet. He's like doubled his weight since we found him. When we found him, he was like 2 pounds. Now he's 4 pounds. And he just looks so much better. He's really filled out. So he's doing great. I'll try to bring him over at the end and show you if he wakes up. Right now he's like sound asleep. Okay, I went ahead and applied a little bit of eye primer. I used the NARS Smudge Proof in the shade Light, and this has always been my favorite. I kind of haven't been using it as much because I haven't been doing a ton of eyeshadow lately, but the palette I decided I wanted to use again is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. So this is the Instant Eye Palette, Smoky Eyes Are Forever. This was her 2021 holiday palette, and it's so beautiful. This is the only large Charlotte Tilbury palette that I ended up keeping from my Declutter. I am first gonna take this really light matte cream shade, and I'm just gonna put that all over, all the way up to my brow bone, just to kind of set down that eye primer. I did look when I did my declutter, and you can still get this palette on the Charlotte Tilbury website. Then I am going to go into this matte taupe shade with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to put this as my transition shade, and I'm kind of keeping my eye open. So I'm kind of going above my natural crease. Okay, now I'm going to take this really beautiful metallic green, and I'm going to use this little BK Beauty 203 brush. I'm going to spray it with MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to get that color on my brush. Look how much pigment this has, you guys. That is real green. I know some of you are shocked that I'm actually putting color all over my lid. I'm gonna go back in now with my fluffy crease brush and just kind of go around the edges and kind of blend everything together. But that is a really beautiful metallic green if you like green. Now I'm going to take the dark brown matte in this palette, and I'm going to add a little bit of this to the very outer corner. And I'm just kind of keeping my eye open. And then I'm just gonna take my same fluffy brush and again, just kind of blend just a little. Okay, then I'm gonna take a little bit of this gold. So this really true golden shimmer. And with this, I'm actually just gonna take my finger and, I just pressed one time into this color. Look how much comes off. So I wanna add a little bit of this right in the center of my lid. So I just kind of tapped. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth just to get a little bit of that golden color, because you guys know I love a good gold shadow. And then I'm also gonna take my finger and add a little bit of that green shimmer again. I'm gonna add it just to this right eye. Yeah, I feel like this eye got a little more green than this one. So I'm just kind of adding just a little more of that. And then I'm just gonna take my same fluffy brush one more time and just kind of go around and blend a little more. For the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker green metallic, and I'm gonna use a small BK Beauty 204, and I'm gonna spray this with Fix Plus also. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this kind of to the outer lower lash line and kind of make sure to connect it up to this outer corner. Not using a lot of this color, just a little bit. I think I'm gonna skip liner on the lid, but I am gonna take a little bit of the Makeup by Mario pencil in the Perfect Brown, and I'm gonna add this to the waterline, mainly on like the outer half of my eye. For mascara, I'm gonna do Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye. Kind of forgot that I had this, and this is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated mascaras. No one ever talks about it, but it is so good. Mine is almost done at this point. It's a little dry, but this is a great mascara for volume, for length. It's just a really good one. Okay, I'm kind of torn about lip liner, but I think I want to use this one, again from Charlotte Tilbury, but I have not used Pillow Talk number 2 in a very long time. And it's such a good rosy pink. If the original Pillow Talk is a little too light or a little too pink for you, you might really like Pillow Talk number 2. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use this today. Maybe I'll try Pillow Talk number 2 lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I kind of rediscovered all my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick shades. Oh, it's pretty. It's very pink. I don't know if I love it with this eye look. What can I put on top here? Maybe I'll do a little bit of this NARS Chelsea Girls lip gloss. Oh yeah. This is still pink, just not quite as deep. I don't know. Do I like this lip? Do I not like this lip? Actually, I think I'm just gonna go with this lip. I didn't think I liked it, but the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I thought this would be fun since I just decluttered my makeup, and as I was doing those declutters, I was definitely thinking to myself, oh, I need to use that again, or I really want to use this, or I forgot about that. So I'm glad I pulled out a bunch of these things and did a video with them. I definitely am happy to say I think I have solved the mystery with the Makeup Forever foundation. I like it with something glowier underneath. I don't like it with a mattifying primer like this because my skin looks really good with this on now. In fact, it kind of is reminding me of a slightly more matte version of NARS Light Reflecting, just how it looks on my face. So I think I have finally discovered the key with this, but I love how this turned out. I was going to show you or bring Louie over here, but he's sound asleep. I really feel bad waking him up.
Do you want to say hi?
He's still like sleepy.
Do you want to say hi? Hold on.
Everybody wants to see how cute you are. I mean, come on, you guys. Look at this cat. You're so handsome. Did you know that? You're so handsome. I mean, look. We just got him his little tag with his name on it. And he's just the sweetest thing, you guys. I don't know if you can hear, you probably can't, but he's just purring so loudly right now. And he's just, he's like an angel that just fell out of the sky, I'm telling you. Except he came from Dollar Tree, which is even crazier. But we just love him, and he's doing so good for those of you that wanted to know. You're precious, aren't you? Yeah, you're precious. Okay. Alright, so that is going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope you'll subscribe if you're new, and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Sunday morning, waking up with you. We got no plans, we got nothing to do.